Okay, well, check this out. Can't quite fit it all on the screen. Stereo, Dolby system. This is a linear stereo VCR. This is an RCA model VMT 395. No, it does not have hi-fi stereo, but it does have linear audio stereo with a Dolby on-off switch. Not just a momentary switch, it's actually a latching switch. Back before the days of auto tracking, this has manual tracking and then slow tracking as well. Let's take a look at the back of it here. Flip it around so it's right side up for you. And let's get this cord out of the way so you can see the full effect of it here. So yeah, audio in left and right, audio out left and right, RCA 600 North Sherman Drive, Indianapolis. And once again, the model number there is the VMT 395. And look, it's been somewhere for service. RCA service, South Norfolk Street, San Mateo, California. 1-800-GE Cares. I actually used to do work for the GE Service Center down in Southern California. I worked in the city of Orange. And occasionally somebody couldn't figure something out at the GE Factory Service Center and they'd bring it over to me to get troubleshot. Happened a few times. Well, let's get this thing opened up and we'll see what it looks like inside. Okay, well, this is a pretty classic Hitachi mechanism. Man, they made a bunch of these. No switching power supply here, just a good old iron core transformer. The biggest problem these things had was the loading belts down on the bottom. There were two loading belts that used a double reduction loading system where one belt drove a intermediate gear and then the second belt drove the loading assembly to gear this thing down. So obviously a 3-head machine. You can see there's one set screw right there for the height adjustment of the head. And then on this side you can see there are 2 set screws. But linear stereo audio, you can tell by the 2 cables right here, the pink one and the white one. And then I don't think you'll be able to see it, but yeah, really hard to see down in there. But let me try to zoom in on it possibly. Yeah. The audio head, which lives right here on the very tip top of it, you could actually see 2 different audio tracks, but can't quite see it from here. Anyhow, rotate the video head around. There is the one of the 2 heads, and then this gap should be larger because there are actually 2 video heads there. Anyhow, these were extremely robust machines. They did use an actual belt from the capstan motor to the capstan shaft right here. It is not direct drive. And luckily, this is a later version. The J and the K line models use a rubber idler wheel. And I still remember the RCA part number 160018 on those. But these were really good machines in the day. So I'm going to go and power this thing up, and let me get my capture device connected real quickly, and we'll see what it wants to do. Oh, well, that's loose. Okay, let's plug some audio and video cables into this thing. Out left, out right, and video out. Okay, capture device is connected. So just for the heck of it, I'll start the capture in 3, 2, 1, capture. And it does not show that it is recording. What's going on? 3, 2, 1, capture. Okay, now it does show it is recording. Okay. So, power is applied, and we'll turn this thing on. And I do get a clock display. I don't see anything coming out. Nothing on the capture device at all. Well, let's just go ahead and pop the tape into it. What the heck is that? Oh. Will it pop my tape back out? Nope. All right, well, capture device is becoming disconnected. And I'm going to say it needs loading belts. Now, luckily, on these units, you can actually take the bottom off instead of pulling the mechanism out like on the later units. And okay, well, I see the immediate problem right here. Let's zoom in on that real quickly. So here is the mechanism assembly, and yeah, oh dear. There's the flywheel for the capstan, and as you can see, there is no belt attached. Here's the loading motor. That's what was making the noise because, well, where's the belt? There's part of it. The other part's over here. There's the double reduction I was talking about, and yeah, let's see if we can get that belt off nicely, or is it going to put up a nasty fight? And yeah, it's going to put up a small fight. Oh, they like to leave their imprint. Oh, yep, well, that's not going to come off for a few days, I'm sure. Well, it's going to need a set of belts at a minimum. This one's actually fairly okay. Yeah, this one actually feels pretty good. There's another second belt that goes around here, and it's kind of... it's wound up underneath, and it's jammed. You can see it coming off right there. Pretty nasty. So yeah, gonna have to get a complete set of belts for this thing before we go absolutely any further. Oh, there's some belt. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Way over here. It's like, was it standing up on its side for a while maybe? This is what happens to some of the belts as they get, well, degraded. There's the mode select switch. Easy to service. Look at that. One screw, it pops out. It runs on like this lever right here that kind of slides back and forth depending on what state the mechanism is in. But I'm definitely going to have to find a set of belts. Other than that, take a look at the build quality on this unit. I have a feeling this is going to be a multi-part installment. Just take a look at that circuit board right there. Good silk screening, very well laid out. I believe I've changed a couple of these micros in the past. And then look at this driver chip right there. On a heatsink, it's probably just a motor driver more than anything. Yeah, look at that. This cable, let's move it over here. So this cable right here that comes from the cylinder motor runs over to right there, and then that is the cylinder motor driver on an actual heatsink, because they wanted these things to last. These were built very, very well. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get an estimate and see if I can even find some replacement belts for this unit. These are 2mm belts, and I have a bunch of 1.5s. I may have to go sacrifice and put 1.5s in here, and then I'll have to find a flat belt for the flywheel because this thing does not use a ribbed V-belt. And then I got to get it off of that capstan motor. That's going to be fun. Lots and lots of acetone will be involved. So I'm going to go ahead and see if my customer wants to go ahead and proceed with this repair. Other than that, that's going to be the end of this one. So just show you a bit of Hitachi quality. Look at the traces, the solder connections on this board. These things were very, very good units back in the day, and they used some pretty good quality parts. Anyhow, that's going to be it. Part 1. Maybe there'll be a part 2. Maybe not. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right, give it back. Thank you very much.